A child is lured by con artists, robbed, manipulated, nearly murdered, and somehow this became a children's story. Tonight, on A Veil of Crime, we uncover the dark truth behind Pinocchio, a tale that wasn't originally about a puppet whose nose grew when he lied. It was a warning about criminals who prey on the young, the poor, and the desperate. This is Pinocchio, and you're watching A Veil of Crime. Most people know Pinocchio through cartoons and family movies, but the original story written by Carlo Collodi was far darker. Pinocchio begins life as a wooden puppet carved by a poor craftsman named Geppetto. Almost immediately, Pinocchio starts making bad decisions, not because he's evil, because he's naive, and naive people attract predators. Early in the story, Pinocchio is supposed to attend school. Instead, he is persuaded to sell his schoolbook. The money disappears almost instantly. Soon afterward, he encounters two strangers, a fox and a cat. They claim to be his friends. They offer advice. They promise wealth. And they convince him that he can magically turn a few coins into a fortune. The scheme sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly the point. Fraudsters throughout history have relied on the same strategy: promise easy riches, target vulnerable people, and disappear with their money. When Pinocchio was written in 1883, Italy was struggling with poverty, inequality, and widespread illiteracy. Children often worked instead of attending school. Many families lived one disaster away from ruin. Scams, fraud, and exploitation were common concerns. Collodi wasn't writing fantasy. He was writing social commentary. The fox and the cat represent criminals who profit from trust, the same criminals that existed in every city, every market, and every generation. The fox and the cat tell Pinocchio to bury his coins in a magical place called the Field of Miracles. They promise the money will grow into a tree covered with gold. Pinocchio believes them, because victims often want to believe. The criminals then attack him and steal everything. In the original story, the encounter becomes terrifying. The criminals pursue him relentlessly. Eventually, they catch him and they hang him from a tree. Yes, hang him. The original serialized version of Pinocchio actually ended there, with the puppet left hanging. Readers were horrified. Collodi later continued the story after public demand. As the story continues, Pinocchio repeatedly encounters people who want something from him. Some want money, others want labor, and others want obedience. Again and again, he is manipulated because he cannot recognize danger until it's too late. This is one of the oldest crime lessons in history. Predators rarely look dangerous at first. They look helpful, friendly, and trustworthy. Pinocchio was created during a period when many children received little formal education. Collodi wanted to teach lessons about honesty, responsibility, education, and critical thinking. But beneath those lessons lies something darker: a warning about exploitation, a warning about people who promise easy success, and a warning about criminals who profit from innocence. Like many stories we explore on A Veil of Crime, Pinocchio survived because the dangers inside it were real. Fraud, manipulation, confidence schemes, predators targeting vulnerable victims — these weren't fairy tale problems. They were everyday realities, and they still are. The names change, the scams change, but the tactics remain the same. If you enjoy uncovering the dark history hidden inside folklore, literature, and forgotten stories, subscribe to A Veil of Crime, because sometimes the most frightening stories aren't fiction, they're warnings. If you'd like to support the channel and help keep these stories researched and told, you can support A Veil of Crime through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is on the channel. Every contribution helps keep these forgotten stories alive. Pinocchio wasn't really about a nose that grew when he lied. It was about a world full of people waiting to profit from someone who didn't know any better, and that warning may be more relevant today than ever. Thank you for watching A Veil of Crime.